with yellow lights on at the front of the field has BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Aston Martin, Bentley, and of course Audi's behind it. Thumbs up from the marshals, and we're almost ready to go to go racing. Take a breath. It might be the last chance for quite some time. It's a great sight to see these cars coming down the long straight. The big white lights underneath the oil coolers of the Bentley. The second group of cars already out on the circuit, and in fact all three groups of cars now well onto the Nordschleife. And remember, we'll get into traffic very, very quickly as the brand new road-going Audi R8 for 2015 begins to up the pace, coming towards Tiergarten at the end of the Dottinger Hohe. Lots of weaving left and right. They've passed under the Bilstein Bridge, the little left-hand king, 80 metres or so, less than that beyond, which requires the merest hint of a turn of the steering wheel. Look towards the apex and then to your exit point and just let the car follow your eyes. The sign, a marshal standing to driver's left with the sign saying grid, which means get into 2x2 formation. It's a rolling start. Tension rising in the cars and in the pits. If you're a co-driver now, there's nothing you can do but watch the screens. But for the 150 odd drivers who are in the cars, they know that the hopes of all of their teammates are riding on their shoulders for the first 6 or 7 laps of this race. And now the safety car has gone. It's gone from the front of the field. We begin to hear the cars coming down towards us. And still they're holding back. Beautiful formation as the Audi R8 pulls to the right and the pole sitter gets on the throttle nice and early. Now hopefully the lights have gone out and we are racing in the 43rd Zurich ADAC 24 hours of the Nürburgring, and straight away it's 3-4 abreast heading down, and the BMW, the Huai BMW down the inside, but surely he can't hold on to it from that area. The Mercedes, the 2 car round the outside, that's a lovely run, but he can't hold on to that either. That's a rather ragged start from the front row, and it looked certainly to me as if the second row BMW, Graham Goodwin, got away the best, and yes, it will lead.
It does, and it does by a distance. In the Mark VDS car, they got rather mugged, and whilst watching the Mercedes to his left, what he wasn't watching was almost the team car, the fellow BMW to his right. Great start there from the number 20 car, is that? It is the 20 car, and that's now got some distance ahead of the field, John. This snarling pack of, what do you call them? It's wolves, isn't it? It looks like they're chasing this car down, but they're not going to get anywhere close by the time we get back round to the Nordschleife this time around. 30 plus GT3 cars, nose to tail, in just, well, I mean, it's just a train of power, isn't it?
Martin Tomczyk, he started the 20 car and he made the best of the start from the front row by a very long way indeed. The Glickenhaus car going through there in the middle of the top dozen or so. Everybody playing nicely at the moment. Certainly didn't see that in the World Touring cars earlier on in their first race, where they managed to run into each other before they'd got second gear from a standing start. But this is far more disciplined from a set of drivers that know that they have got to make these cars last another 24 hours.
That's touring cars. These are grand touring cars, John. This is a proper deal, and they're racing already, and everybody looking for space before we get out onto the rather narrower, tighter, twistier, and as they go now onto the Nordschleife, all looking for that space, looking to the getaway, looking for track position. And not too much bunker stuff, though, on that first lap of the Grand Prix loop.
I think if you can get to the front, it's worthwhile. Everybody else really needs to have a little bit of patience as the Row Racing Mercedes-Benz number 23 goes down through the Hatzenbach right in the wheel tracks of the Mark VTS Z4 ahead of it for Falken Motorsports. They started in 19th position, and the 44 car was started by Martin Raginger, who we have seen pull some tremendous laps at the early part of this event in the past. In the number 1 car, the Falken Motorsports Audi, that's Christopher Haase in that car as he tries to stay. I think at the moment everyone just trying to stay in contact. They're into the first of the speed zones, 200 kilometers an hour as they accelerate up towards the 2 right-handers at Flugplatz. Let's jump back.